Hello everyone, welcome to the Q&A video. Earlier I made a post where I asked you guys to post your questions for me to answer, so here we are. What inspired you to start making anime style textures for this JoJo game? Well actually, I wasn't the first one to start making anime style textures. I got the inspiration from Dichu and Mendez who worked on this anime style Diavolo mod. I really liked the concept of it, however they only worked on Diavolo, so there was no Doppio or King Crimson at the time. So for a while I was kind of stuck waiting for them to make something new related to it, and eventually I decided to get into modding, and I already had a drawing tablet at the time, so it just seemed right. A couple of mods later, and here I am. What is the hardest character retexture you had to do so far? And what is your favorite JoJo story arc? Oh, that's a tricky question. But if I had to pick based on overall difficulty, I would have to pick Johnny Joestar. The reason why I say this character is because of the amount of things I had to retexture in the first place. There was Johnny, Slow Dancer, all the acts of Tusk, and the fire of dark determination in Johnny's eyes. There were plenty of other small issues I had at the time, such as the model not exactly matching the model sheets I used from Grand Gorilla or the late Part 6 design, which I managed to resolve thanks to some of the talented work of some model modders from the community, and also following the small tips I would get from Grand Gorilla himself. Love you, bro. Anyway, as for the second question here, it would have to be Steel Ball Run. I absolutely love the story for many reasons, which I won't specify here because otherwise this video would take the length of an average movie. An over-exaggeration, but the point still stands. I love Steel Ball Run, and I absolutely can't wait for Steel Ball Run to be animated eventually in the near or distant future. What other anime are you interested in? Or was All-Star Battle R the first game you've modded? Well, I'm gonna answer the second question first. Yes, this is my first experience modding a game. But for the first question, and this question as well, since they're essentially the same, I'm gonna be real with all of you. I was never really a huge fan of anime growing up. My only good experience with anime growing up was Dragon Ball, but other than that, I was kind of against the idea of anime. Hell, I used to be a JoJo hater, for the same excuses as others. The art style is weird, this anime is gay, all that stuff. But something about it just clicked with me. And so I dove into the world of JoJo, and I was not disappointed in the slightest. I loved it. I grew to love and even adore the art style. It was the best experience in my life, and it potentially opened my eyes to the wonders of anime and animation in general. So I might open to other beloved anime series in the future. Your top 3 favorite stands in all of JoJo? Good question, but if I had to narrow it down, third would be Wonder Review. It might just be the reassurance of safety that the stand gives me. Yeah, I'm a little anxious sometimes. Moody Blues. I have terrible memory sometimes, so having something to help me remember something would be nice, I guess. And first is Heaven's Door. This should be quite obvious given my channel's name. Having a stand that explores my creative admiration for art would be a nice ability to have in my everyday life. Who's your favorite anime mod from each part? Okay, so Dio Brando for part 1, Lisa for part 2, Jotaro/Dio for part 3, couldn't really decide on that, Josuke for part 4, Prosciutto and Pesci for part 5, Jolene for part 6, Johnny Joestar for part 7, Toru for part 8, and Jodio for part 9. Subscribe. When are we getting a Pillarman anime mods for Wamu, SDC, and Cars? And where's the Dio mod and his Over Heaven anime mod? Okay, so for the Pillarman, I'm saving those for a little later. I've been finishing up on my many unfinished anime mods so that I can finally move on to the new stuff. Including the Dio anime pack, which is literally almost done, and I'm really proud of it. Would you consider making a tutorial on the modding anime style process for the game? And do you plan to make an anime version of the modded in characters such as for instance Paco and Usagi? Well actually I have made a tutorial for the anime modding process. It covers how I make my anime textures using Okuyasu as an example. Feel free to check it out, and I'll leave a link in the description. What is your favorite anime mod you have created? Well, my absolute favorite to make was Prosciutto and Pesci, actually. It was the amount of detail put into the line work to match the Part 5's messy line work in the model sheets, and for some reason I had a lot more fun with Pesci than with anyone else. Are you familiar with Guilty Gear? It's another great series I highly recommend. Actually, yes, I have. I've played Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator 2. I haven't tried Strive though. I really like the game, and it's one of the games I play with my family when I'm not modding. Good game. When did you start to make your anime mods? Well, I believe it was over a year ago. I was really bad at it whenever I first started, but at the time it was a good start. Soon enough, I learned to improve my line work and cel shade the models to have that authentic anime look. And then I just got better and better until I am where I'm at right now, with all you lovely viewers and supporters. I made some nice friends, the best people who I've worked with and talked with, actually. You're all amazing, and I appreciate all your support. Until then, arrivederci. Oh, and here's a preview of all that's to come. So be ready for all that.